Jai Shriman Narayan. Jai Shriman Narayan. Jai Shriman Narayan. I pay my obeisances to my spiritual master, Srimad Jagat Guru Sudarshan Acharyaji Maharaj. I pay my obeisances to Lord Sri Ramanuj. I pay my obeisances to the Purva Acharyas. I pay my obeisances to the 12 Alvars. I pay my obeisances to Mother Lakshmi. And I pay my obeisances to Lord Sriman Narayan. I welcome all of you here physically at the Sri Narayan Dham in Durban, South Africa. I welcome those that's watching this discourse locally, nationally, and internationally. And I welcome in advance those that's going to be watching this discourse when it is posted on YouTube and the various groups subsequently. Today is day number 20. I see you're all very happy with this number. I think I'm going to take out the 0 and we'll start into June. Nelandhrie got no problem. Nelandhrie, you have any problem? Nelandhrie got no problem. Meena got no problem. Premilla got no problem. Dhana got big problem. Right, leave it, Shyam. No. Leave it. Today, day 20 from Sunday. What did you notice from Sunday? Anyone took note from Sunday? Satish and Jessica, you all have been coming here from without missing a day. Rosh, those chicken days he didn't come. Dave, I don't know why you didn't come, but Dave is our 3rd day, at your 4th day vegetarian today. How many days, Dave?
Yeah.
Dave is counting. You don't count, Dave, when you become a vegetarian. That means you're doing it grudgingly. All right, don't keep count. All right, I hope your son-in-law is going to take after you. All right, soon, Dave, soon. All right, you must be a good influence on him. What have you noticed, Premilla? Sita, after a huge birthday bash, she missed 2 satsang and she came back on a 3rd day.
Very nice, Guruji.
The seriousness of this month of the Ramanujans. It was aggressive, it was serious, because from day number 1 right up to day number 18, I was the boss. Who was the boss? Oh, day number 17, who was the boss? Right up to Saturday, I was there. From Sunday, the real boss came into the satsang. Didn't you all feel it?
Yes.
Sorry?
That's the boss today.
The big boss
Big boss, yeah.
is present from the 22nd until the 27th. This is Guruji. He comes in calmness. He comes in calmness because he's in the spiritual reality. Spiritual reality is absolutely calm. I'm in another dimension of spiritual reality where I am inserted in this human body. So there's a lot of happiness, anger, militancy. Guruji has none of those qualities because he's not in his body. You understand? But it's also dangerous because where he is, right is right, wrong is wrong. Alright? Yeah, I can change, twist, turn, manipulate. But Guruji is not going to do all of those things. But you can feel his happiness. Can you feel his happiness, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, you was feeling something, you did not know what, and I didn't want to tell you on day one, because if I told you on day one, then you're going to sit here and you want to actuate it. Just wanted you to feel it naturally. Vishnu, you feeling anything? Or you just here to buy your way in another one more year? 2021, just buy the two gurus, small guru, big guru, and just carry on. So this is Guruji. And we talk about guru-disciple relationship. And on numerous occasions, I told you that if you want to learn about guru-disciple relationship, catch Vasan. Catch Vasan. Buy him some nice food and ask him some secrets. You would have noticed how many times he tried to sabotage our satsang last night. How many times this entire light system tripped. Okay? Vasan picked me up in the morning just to buy 18 meters of light that you see on our front dome today. Alright? And then he saw the kitchen tap leaking. So he said, Acharyaji, I think we have to fix it. So I thought he's going to buy a 5 rand washer. So after we bought our lights, then he said, the tap is left. And I heard him muttering something, CTM. You know, Vasan always talk about burger, food, this, that. So I thought it's a type of food. And then we land at CTM. Then he goes and he asks for a Tivoli. I don't know if any of you all have seen the Tivoli ad. You know, Tivoli, Tivoli, Tivoli. You all saw that ad? Yeah, so Vasan, I don't know whether he was inspired by that ad. But then I told him, Vasan, pick the cheapest tap. He went and picked the most expensive tap. Alright? And it was in the thousands. Then he said, Acharyaji, let's sort out all that messed up wiring. I said, Vasan, you sure you can manage? He said, yeah, don't worry. So he took me to a light shop. There he bought the DB, he bought lights, he bought breakers and makers, and I don't know what else he bought, but he bought a whole lot of things. I think it ran into the thousands again. Then his entire staff was here. The van was parked in the bottom. And in the afternoon, I find Vasan disappeared. So when I investigated, I found out that equipment was stolen from his van worth thousands. What? Thousands. Vasan's demeanor in this whole thing was natural. It's as if it's natural to do seva in a satsang and at the same time your equipment must get stolen. Whilst you're doing seva at the Sri Narayan Dham, your equipment got stolen. How many people can allow that to happen without even giving the theft a second thought. He ran home. He brought another drill. He brought another cut-off saw. And he continued his job right up till the end without informing the Guru anything, or anyone, or complaining. And there he is seated at satsang today. Dave? You think it's worth calling him Ravana? Dave disagrees. We shouldn't be calling him Ravana, Dave. Well, we just have to continue calling him Ravana, Dave, because Ravana was an absolute disciple of Lord Shiva. Alright? So this is how God tests you. This is how God tests you. And what do you think went through Vasan's mind when he came to know his drill was stolen? He'll just say, if my Guru wanted it this way, that's how it's going to be. And he just carries on with his work. This is why I keep saying, you'll think it's a joke. You know, and I say when the lights are off, I can't see Vasan, then you'll laugh. You know? But it's not a joke. Deep inside Vasan, if you'll take time off, alright? And he's not expensive, he's just a eater. He's not a very expensive eater. Butter bread, cheese sandwiches, you know, anything what you can afford. He'll give you lots of advice on how to be a bona fide disciple. He didn't blame Lord Narayan, he didn't blame Guruji, he never blamed his Acharyaji, he didn't blame anyone. In his mind he said, if this was to happen, so be it, my Guru knows best. Last year there was a 3 million rand tender that was in his grasp. 3 million rand tender was in his grasp. It went to, fro. I remember telling him outside, Vasan, I got no control over this. He said, you line Acharyaji, you got control over this. Alright? And we let it go somewhere else. Alright? Because we have a reason. We have a reason. Not one day Vasan came and cried in the kutir. Where is Acharyaji, you promised me. So I told him, Vas, in South Africa, once you lodge a tender in South Africa, you must buy that person a Nando's. You must, Jessica, buy that person a Nando's. And Vasan was, I think, about 2 weeks late. When he phoned for the Nando appointment, other people were there with lots of Nandos, you understand? But Vasan took it in his stride. How much? 3 million. Vishwadhar, 3 real million. Okay? And Vasan was the only contractor that still held the price after COVID. But we still didn't give it to Vasan. He'll know in a few years' time why. Alright? Because what we give to Vasan, we only want who to have. Only Vasan. We don't want it shared all over. You sure? You know Vasan? Guru is too sharp. Alright? But no movement emotionally within Vasan. And that's how a disciple should be. And I whack Vasan, I call him the most, I don't think anybody in this universe has been called as a disciple what I call Vasan. But, like his daughter and Nelandhrie, their love does not depend on how the Guru treats them. Their love is not dependent on how the Guru treats them. Whether the Guru whacks them, all of them got whacked. Nelandhrie got whacked quite a few times. Nelandhrie, must tell all the devotees how many times you got whacked. But their love for the Guru did not change, notwithstanding how the Guru treated them. And that is called a disciple. Disciple means, is derived from the root word discipline. Discipline. So when the Guru attacks you, that attack is to discipline you. Is to discipline you. Take it like a man. And ladies, take it like a lady. When the Guru is disciplining you, it means you need it. Jessica, what it means?
I need it.
Yes, you need it. Thank you. Thank you. Satish, I can see you smiling through your mask. Guru has eyes that can see through mask. So, similarly, Guruji, I've never met my Guru. I never met my Guru. But he whacked me, he sculptured me, he took away everything from me. One day I remember sitting in my Jaguar and I'm driving from Umbunguntwini and I'm looking at that empty seat next to me and I'm saying, Guruji, I know you enjoyed this. And I wasn't a Guru that time. I wasn't a Guru, but I felt him. And he advised me internally, let it be. But I didn't let it be. And you all know my character, even up to now. I didn't let it be. I went, and the person that took everything from me, I went and I destroyed him. In a good way, in a business way, you understand? I made sure I cut off all his links in the business that he was doing at that point in time. But Guruji told me, relax, relax, relax. All right? So Vasan is even better than me. Vasan is even better than me. His calmness cannot be equated. So, if you got time and if you got some food, learn the Guru principle, learn the disciple principle from Vasan. Vasan, make good friends with Acharya, Queen. Get the address, spend some time, okay? And I don't just joke about Vasan's food. I don't joke, because if Vasan eats here at the ashram after satsang today, and 45 minutes later he goes somewhere else, and they'll ask him, Vasan, you want to eat? He'll eat there as if he ate for the first time. How many minutes later? 45 minutes later. And then if he goes to the third place 45 minutes later and somebody offers him a food, Vasan will say yes. And he'll eat there as if he ate for the first time. Nelandhrie, yes or no? Devashni, yes or no? Hey, both are silent. Vasan, let them speak the truth. You'll still help them with the car. This is all about the car. Now they're selling the Guru. Alright? Vishnu? Yes or no? Loud, let the world hear. Otherwise you'll think the Guru's telling a lie. Alright? So this is why when I talk about vasan and food, y'all can make a deal with him. Vasan got enough experiences. I'm serious. If you want to know things, if you want to know spirituality, if you want to know my discourses, if you want to know when I explain scientifically, when I spiritual science, when I say murti stapna, when I say murtis can come alive, Vasan has experience in all of these things. Vasan? Come stand here, let the camera see you. Come, stand on the Guru's stage. Sit, Vas, sit. You're going to give a small story. You're going to answer questions as we move around. And Vishwadhar will find the appropriate videos and photographs. You'll need more light for Vasan, or is it enough? Pull out your face, Madhvas. Let the world see you. Okay, this is Vasudeva Ramanuj Das. So Vasudeva Ramanuj Das, we were privileged to tour in Guruji's footsteps. In Guruji's footsteps. We were more privileged than anyone else. More privileged than anyone else, because everyone else that went from South Africa went formally and officially. They went and stayed in Guruji's ashram. There are some people saying they went 50 times. There are some people saying they went 20 times. There are some people saying they stayed 18 years with Guruji. Everyone had their own experiences, all right? Myself, Vasudeva, had the opportunity to be taken to Guruji's sacred places by his two grandsons. It wasn't official, it was unofficial but intimate. Unofficial but intimate. All right, let's see. Vasudeva also got a clear memory. All right. So we went to Rajasthan and we went to Guruji's birthplace, Rajasthan, Padla village. Remember, Guruji had two houses opposite each other. Guruji had two houses, Vishwadhar. All these photographs at Guruji's residence, together with the videos. All right? There is one video where I explain and I beckon in the video. I think this video was taken either by Vasudeva or Melissa. And this is the housekeeper of Guruji. The housekeeper of Guruji. He was about, remember this house is locked and only he has the keys. Both the houses are locked and only he has the keys. And he's not there all the time. He don't live there in that vicinity all the time. Can you imagine our timing when we landed at that village? We did not know phone calls. But as soon as we landed and we inquired, he came onto the scene. Vasan, what can you remember?
He came and then he addressed you as Guruji. He saw you, he saw Guruji in you.
And he started?
He started crying and he was calling Guruji's name and he was ecstatic on seeing Guruji. And
He didn't see me. He didn't see me. He started screaming Guruji's name and he saw Guruji. And whilst he was screaming, this video was going live on Facebook. Everything we do goes live, like this video here that's been recorded is going live on Facebook. So whilst we were there, whilst he was screaming Guruji, Guruji, this video was going live on Facebook. Then he took us to Guruji's first prayer place. Vishwadhar, send these photos. He took us to Guruji's first prayer place. This place was locked for how many months, Vasan?
And from the time that Guruji passed away, nobody could go inside.
Nobody went.
Everything was locked.
This place supposed to be dank, isn't? Cobwebs. But when we entered, Vasan, when they went upstairs, what did we feel?
We could feel Guruji's presence, and there was a special aroma in that house.
That smell was absolutely divine. There was a divine smell in that house. All right? What else was it?
Everything was clean, right? You would not say that it was not of soul. Everything was spick and span, clean, fresh. Like somebody was saying this.
Alright. So I don't know if Vasan going to, he's Mr. Lover man. I don't know whether he'll be here tomorrow. So I want to elicit a few more stories like this. This is real life. This is true. You're not reading in a book. You're not reading in a book. This is when I went into Guruji's footsteps. So we went into a cave, Vasan, on a very hot day. The cave was same place? Or is it 2 days? I'm mistaken.
That was on
Another day. Okay. So we went into a cave. And there were 2 beds on 2 sides. One side was Guruji's, one side was another saint. And then what happened, Vasan? When I went by Guruji's bed.
Acharyaji nearly died. He was totally out of it. He woke up in a daze, and he couldn't stand. He nearly fall. Then he lost his balance. Then after a while he came right. And I think about 10-15 minutes before he could come back.
Whilst all this was happening, I felt my entire being piercing the sky. I felt my entire being piercing the sky. I was not in my body. And this is a sacred place where Guruji did his austerities and his penances. His 2 grandsons also went to a... Vasan, what happened to them?
They also went to... They started eating one another.
They went into a heavy... There was a huge energy there. There was a very huge energy. And then, Vasan, when we went to the mountains on a very, very hot day,
floor was so hot you couldn't walk normally. It was burning. It was really blistering hot.
The sun was?
The sun was out. I think it must have been over 40 degrees. And
Narasimha Deva temple, I think it's Narasimha Deva Jayanti today. Yes, Narasimha Deva Jayanti today. We went to a very, 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 very old Narasimha Deva temple in the mountains, wasn't? Was it in the mountains? Yes. And as we were traveling, we asked everyone for this place. They said down the road. And I think about 500 kilometers passed down the road before we reached the place. Anyone? We gave the grandsons. They gave the name of the place. They said, go down there and turn left. And it carried on until we reached this mountain. Blistering hot, absolutely boiling, not a cloud in the sky. And if someone wants to investigate, it's very simple. When that Facebook, okay, Mr. Loverman, we have to understand. Okay. So the dates are there on which this happened, so they can check with the Weather Bureau at this particular spot what the weather was. All right? So we went into this mountain. I did a parikrama around this. There is a photograph. I think you'll see me bare feet. Battling, that's how hot it was. Battling, I'm jumping, but I did the parikrama. We were blessed by Narasimha Deva, and it's Narasimha Deva Jayanti today. And then, Vasan, we also bought
offerings, prasad.
Yeah, okay, you carry on. So we had to give it at?
There was another temple that we were going from where we were. We had to walk about 50 meters. And while we were walking, the floor was so hot, I started jumping.
He was carrying the prasad.
And the prasad fell. As soon as the prasad fell, the floor went ice cold. And we were walking normal. Like nothing happened.
40 degrees, then the prasad fell, then we could walk. Then we went inside and we did a parikrama. This was a Kali temple, Durga Kali temple. We did our parikrama, and Rosh Bhai, there was a rooster inside, wasn't? There was a rooster? Yeah, there was a rooster inside. I didn't check whether it was hard cooking. All right, because I didn't know I'm going to meet you a few years later, or maybe I knew, that's why the rooster was there. Who knows? All right? But in that instant we were inside, Vasan, there's videos to show this, and I made a special recording to show this. What happened?
As soon as we finished, it started pouring rain. Pouring.
Thundering, lightning, and pouring. Huge. That place got flooded. Place got flooded, and we made a video to show this. Then the rain stopped. We jumped in our car and we drove 20 meters out of the place. Absolutely no. All the vendors are still selling. It's as if this entire episode did not take place. Thank God for Facebook Live. All these videos are, all right. I don't think we want to give any more fuss because there's no food involved. The rest of the things you'll need to know. If Watson is here tomorrow, then we'll discuss. This is Guruji. This is Guruji. What you think, why you think these things happened in all Guruji's sacred places that I went to? What do you think was happening, Satish bhai?
I think you went with the purpose, so the purpose was being fulfilled.
I didn't go with the purpose. I didn't know what's going to happen there. Every time I went to India, I went to fight.
For the purpose of life.
Vasan, tell them how we went into the Sri Siddhartha Ashram, in and out.
The guards were, everyone was waiting for us. We went there quietly with a tractor. Nobody knew what was happening. We went in front of the guards, we went past them, we went inside, we took our photographs. After a while, when we're coming back, then only they recognized us. After that, looking where we went, they were looking for I think a fancy vehicle or something. They didn't realize we came in a tractor. And we stopped right outside. In a couple of seconds we were gone. They were running this way, that way.
For those of you who don't know, Guru Ma was being mistreated by one of her sons. And this ashram was run with security guards and policemen. And we still braved it. Myself, Vasan and Melissa. She did not stay at the hotel. She said, come what may, whatever happens. Remember, 3 of us in a foreign country. And I saw the police commissioner at the ashram. We saw the government officials. I even did a post before going to India about the government official receiving bribe. I made it hot for myself, Satish bhai. Then I went there. I went there. We went there. And we even told them we're coming. We gave them our location outside Sri Siddhartha Ashram. And there were guards looking for us. There were policemen looking for us. Everyone was looking for us. Look at the power of Guruji. If you love him, even in a foreign country, nobody can touch you. Wasn't? 14 days we toured North India from the Ganges to all of Guruji's sacred places that he went. We sat in taxis traveling for hours and hours and hours. There were no clean places for food. Well, Vasan can eat anywhere, but the Guru had to eat clean food. Sometimes we drove 100 kilometers to get a sandwich, Vasan. Yeah. We traveled. It was the most tiring trip anyone could have done. But we did it for our Guru. I wanted to be immersed in his consciousness. I wanted to be immersed in his consciousness. But I don't sell Guruji. I don't sell Guruji. He is not cheap to be sold. Those that went to our local ashrams, they'll tell you this great saint, and they'll talk of miracles, and they'll talk of magic. I don't do that. You don't hear. I think, Vasan, this is the first time we're revealing it in this way to the world. Yes. This is the first time we're revealing it this way to the world. And I think, Vasan, that forest I spoke about yesterday where Guruji did his 12 years, what happened there, Vasan?
There nobody can go. At night, the gates are locked. Nobody can enter. And
The Bangar forest. You can Google it. If you're there at night, you won't be found tomorrow. Okay. So I remember the person, one funny part. So our taxi driver, you remember in that part? So we were all scared. All scared. We reached here about lunchtime, all of us scared, and we carry water. So my water was gone, hot. Right? So our taxi driver, a great Indian taxi driver, Guruji's devotee. We hired a taxi that was Guruji's devotees, but we paid normal taxi fees. All right? So this driver, we went into the Bangar forest. There's a whole lot of broken castles, and there was a foundation and a tunnel. So he went into the tunnel. And while he investigating the tunnel, I opened my hot water bottle and I whacked it. Quietly I gave him on his back. What do you think he thought? Because this place is said to have aliens. They just take you away, all right? But he was very brave. He was showing us how brave he is. He went into this tunnel. And I took out the water and I hit him hard with it, hot water. How he screamed, wasn't it?
Maybe dust flying and he was back up.
All right. But that's a joke that we remember. Vasan, more seriously, what happened at that fort? When we just entered, before we entering the fort, as soon as we came in the vicinity, what happened?
There was a fragrance that came around us, and we could get a specific smell
Same from
Guruji's house.
All right. So we got that fragrance, and there was a temple there. What was happening there?
They're having bhajans. Then Acharya said, no, I want to go and experience, so he went himself. And after they sang a few, then Acharyaji started singing. Whilst he was singing, a group of
Bikers.
that came carrying an old man. He was quite finished. He was like on his last leg. And they carried him off, and they were taking him and going inside the temple.
Talk from your back.
They were taking him and going inside the temple. Just before he entered, Acharyaji stopped him and gave him some water to drink.
No, he went inside when you were coming out. We asked for some water, and they had these very small mini cups.
When he came out, he had the water, and he was gone.
No, he wasn't gone. Wait, let me explain. Vasan. So I was singing one of these bhajans, Shravan Singh. Bhagavan milenge kabhi na kabhi. Jab saache man se lagane lage. All right? And then I was singing meditatively. This man, I sorted his water out and I was singing. You'll see this on the video. All right? And then I could hear deep, far away Melissa screaming, Acharyaji, Acharyaji, Acharyaji. And I came back to reality. And she said, look. And I look, and you see the same person who was carried in by the 4 bikers in his last lap of life is busy rubbing my feet. Each toe, he is busy rubbing. We had a problem to let him go. He was following me. He was stuck like glue. He was so excited, he didn't want to leave. Again, why you think all these things happen? Why you think all these things happen to us? And caught live on Facebook. So if we make videos, you can say we manipulated it. But Facebook videos, can you manipulate it? You understand? Abhasana, are you coming tomorrow? Okay, people are hungry. Alright, Sita is fed up with the story. Yeah. I mean, stupid stories like this, Vasil. She and her 330 million Devis and Devtas, what they do every day. This is like great R stories to her, Vasil. Jai Sriman Narayan.